first of all, very pleasant evening to all of you and very warm welcome. On behalf of entire APL Group, we would like to convey our heartfelt thanks to all of you for sparing your valuable time and to be with us for today's event. It's a pleasure to see you all here with us tonight. We are very happy to see, I'm 100% sure that many of you are already associated with APL Group since long, and some of you are definitely new to the group. So I can just say those who are the new entrants who are going to be associated with APL Group, I can only say that this is just the beginning, and we are definitely looking forward for way long ahead. We at APL Apollo are firm believer that whoever is associated with us, you be customers, suppliers, our channel partners, our dealers, our distributors, our knowledge sharing partners, our social media partners, they are like an extended family to us. So whatever journey Apollo have cherished so far was definitely would have not been possible without their belief in us. So they have the belief, so that's why today also they are here to encourage us for a new segment, new product development. So having said all this, the agenda of today's evening is we got gathered here to launch one of our very new segment called Navrang. This is a kind of from coil coating division from one of our very largest project called APL Apollo Building Products from Raipur, Simga plant. We have expertise with us. They will definitely talk about this particular product. What I wanted to say about, because the main discussion of today's evening will be around about coil coating industry only. So what I wanted to say that Einstein has said beautifully, necessity is the mother of invention. Yes, it is true, necessity is the mother of invention. But then one other expert said, necessity is the mother of invention, but its father is innovation and knowledge is the midwife. So as far as coil coating is concerned, this invention happened almost 92 years back. In 1930, coil coating was, the seed of coil coating concept came into existence. Their history is not there on Wikipedia, but luckily I got a chance to meet one of the family members, the one who was part of that group. That group belonged to Hunter Douglas. Hunter Douglas is a very well-known company in Venetian blind. So that particular group, when they were doing coating these blind with the powder coating, so then the thought came that for how long we have to do this post-painted kind of thing, which is time-consuming and a lot of extra paint wastage and a lot of manual labor and other things. So that time the thought came that why can't we have something pre-painted? So 1930 onward, this color coating concept came into existence. So what I wanted to say here, that in the last 90 years, no doubt, color coating have really developed rapidly. All over the, over the globe, everybody is using color coating. But unfortunately, its applications are restricted. So color coating concept is being like, what we say that its synonyms is like roofing sheet. If you talk to somebody color coded, oh, roofing sheet. But color coating is such a beautiful product that it can be innovated for many new applications. So when I said this, the father is innovation, so here we are today because now we have thought to bring new innovative ideas for color coating sheets. So our narrow and thicker range of color coated is not about roofing, it is about many new applications which we will let you know about. We'll talk about details about those products. 1 second. So I won't take much of your time to start with. Let me first call upon our Chief Strategic Officer, Mr. Anubhav Gupta. Mr. Anubhav Gupta is with APL Apollo Group since 2019 and with a very clear-cut focus on strengthening the strategic capabilities of the group and also identifying and evaluating innovative opportunities for APL in the longer run within the national boundaries and beyond the national boundaries even. He is also advisors on corporate development, communication and marketing of the APL Apollo brand, aimed at creating a strong position of the company within the domestic and global market. Mr. Gupta has over 12 years of experience in fundamental research and analysis in the investment world. So we are very happy to have Mr. Gupta here. Anubhav sir, please.
Thanks, Namka. Hi, good evening, everyone. I welcome you all. It's a very special moment for us because we are launching a very innovative product from House of Apollo right here, right now, which is the world's first thicker and narrow color-coated sheet. My colleague Anil Mittal will talk about this in detail later, but I would like to take this opportunity to make you more well-versed with APL Apollo. I'm sure everyone sitting here knows what APL Apollo does. Yes, we do manufacture hollow steel sections, but very little of you would know what Apollo is in real. So I'm sure once we are done with this presentation, you will be knowing more about Apollo and you will be able to relate APL Apollo with the word called innovation. Thank you. Let's begin. Right, so this is what we do. We are the leading structural steel tube brand in India with 14 brands across 4 product categories. We control 55% of the structural steel tubing market in India. Our capacity is 26 lakhs ton and last year we closed revenue with 13,000 crores. We have 16 patent designs. We have 11 plants across India. We have 2,100 plus employees. We have got 800 distributors. Some of our distributors from West are present here. Thank you so much for being here. And we have 1,500 SKUs. Our plants are spread across India. 4 in north, 4 in south, 1 in east, 1 in west. And our new plant of 15 lakh ton is coming up in Raipur, where we are launching these products. So this is what we do. Now, this is what we are. This is our philosophy. Innovation, market creation, out-of-the-box thinking, new initiatives, again out-of-the-box thinking, and revolution in the construction. Everyone is coming, who has come here belongs to the construction industry. So you would appreciate what we have done. So now we'll talk about the innovation. We are the first company in India to introduce square and rectangular hollow steel sections 15-20 years ago. We are the first Indian company to introduce pre-galvanized tubes, which are used in the coastal markets for light load bearing structures. We are the first Indian company to introduce Italian direct forming technology, wherein you can directly produce square and rectangular tubes. We are the first Indian company to introduce 300 square diameter tube 3-4 years ago. We are the first company to introduce the world's first narrow and thicker color-coated sheet. We are the first company in India to create a complete tubular structure. In New Delhi, we'll show you the slides, complete revolution, where the whole building is being built using hollow steel sections. And we are going to be the first Indian company to introduce 500 square diameter tubes, 1,000 square diameter tubes. So this is what we have done in terms of innovation in the last 15 years. At the same time, we are proud to say that whatever we do, whatever we innovate, whatever we introduce, the environment is prime focus area. So the innovative products, what we have launched, we ensure that they are able to save environment, they are able to save wood, trees. Some of our products, what we are selling, Apollo Choker, Apollo Plank, Apollo Door Frame, Apollo handrails, we are saving 250,000 trees every year. Now these are some of our 16 patents, what we have got registered. Complete innovation, hardly few companies globally are doing this. So one is our choker tube, which is single door frame, double door frame, and a 4-door frame. Our designer tube, our electrical section, our D section, our handrail, our window frames, our reflector tube, our oval shaped tube, our hexagonal tube, our fencing tube, our checkered sections, our blank unique rectangular tube. These are all patents and proud to say very few companies globally are doing this. Second philosophy, what I mentioned was market creation, out of the box thinking. So we have segregated our products into two categories. One is low load bearing, second is high load bearing. For the low load bearing, what we are doing is that we are replacing conventional construction products like steel angle channels, like wood, like aluminum profiles. So all our SKUs starting from 10 by 10 mm in size till 200 by 200 mm dia. They are replacing these products in various applications, maybe in your house, in your office, in your mall, in your airport, various building material applications. And then our heavy structural tubes, which are replacing conventional RCC, which are replacing conventional built-up section, which are replacing conventional long steel products like H-beams and L-beams. Third philosophy is revolution. How do we bring revolution in the construction space? So right now, everyone wants to build better, build faster. Any contractor, any engineer, any architect who is sitting here, the main focus is to finish projects on time, is to hand over project on time to the client so that everyone makes money, the IRR, project IRRs become high. So our heavy structural tubes are being used to create complete structures. What we have achieved is that we can put one slab in 8 days versus almost 24 days in a RCC case. So we save almost 16 days per slab. Our hollow steel sections can be used for high-rise buildings, hospitals, housing, school, courts, hotels, offices, malls, whatnot. Right? At the same time, warehousing, cold storages, food parks, factory buildings, food parks, oxygen plants, processing centers, aviation hangars, and very new upcoming application, which is data centers. These buildings, what I can tell you is that globally, you won't find any building, any structure which is 100% tubular. There is not even 1 ton of Saria TMT bar in this. There is not even 1 ton of conventional HT mining built section. It is all 100% tubular. These are 6 hospital sites which are being built in Delhi right now. I would request everyone who is going to visit Delhi in next few weeks should definitely visit these sites. So this is the revolution, what we have brought in the construction space, and the feedback, the response is pretty encouraging. New initiatives, right? That's our fourth philosophy. So we have all the B2C techie apps for painters, for carpenters, for plumbers, but because we have fabricators as our influencers, so we have created a B2C tech app called Alishan for community called fabricators. Wherein we have enrolled 25,000 fabricators across India in 150 cities, and we are promoting the steel home decor products through this app to the end user, which can be me or your friend. We have got 60,000 downloads so far and 300 designs. Again, out of the box thinking to do something for fabricators who are our influencers in steel. Then a very important chapter which we are beginning in Apollo is the new upcoming Raipur plant. It's a 400-acre plant what we are setting up with an investment of almost 800 crores. We have spent 60-70% already out of the total capex spent, and it has 3 product categories. One is heavy structural tubes, 500 square, 1,000 square. Then world's first thicker and narrow color coated sheet, and third category is wider and thinner color coated sheet. So these are the 3 products what we are going to launch. The total capacity of this plant is 15 lakh ton. So our group capacity will increase to 40 lakh ton once this plant is operational in next 2 quarters. These are some of the photographs, aerial pics, and live running of the mills at the plant. So again, I would request anyone of you who is visiting in Chhattisgarh or in Central India, please do visit our plants. Now let's talk about why we have invited you here. Navrang, Anamika, my colleague, did talk about this. My colleague Anil will take you through this in more detail. But just to start with, like this unique proposition, how the idea came was that we wanted to produce color-coated tubes. So the coils which were available in the markets were up to 1.2 thickness, 1.2 mm thickness. Now those coils are not relevant to make tubes because it won't carry any strength. So we wanted thicker sheets. So that's how the idea came, that how we can produce a sheet which is pre-color coated, right? Out of which we can produce our color coated tubes. So then the whole innovation process started with our vendors in Italy, Germany, China, US, Japan, where not, right? And then finally we could come out with this line where it's a first line in the world where we are able to produce color coated sheets up to 3 mm thickness and up to 350 mm narrow in size. So then we realized that this market itself for sheet is going to be too big. Yes, 500,000 ton of color coated capacity. I mean, we may use it 200,000 for tubes, but why not sell this as an application color coated sheet itself? And then we realized that there could be like immense applications in number of industries where our sheets will be used. One primary is PEB, pre-engineered building structures, and that's the main reason why we have gathered here. To invite the architects, to invite the structural consultants, to invite the PMC companies and the PEB vendors that you are using galvanized sheets to 3 mm for roofing applications, for Purlin applications. Why not use color coated? Because with some of like maybe 5% increase in the cost, and then the life of the product goes 2 times, 3 times more. We have all the tests which have been done, salt spray test, that our product is 2 times, 3 times better than existing galvanized sheets which are available in the markets. And for that also, we have done a lot of work with Berger Paints. The team is here. Thank you so much. And a lot of innovation, a lot of thought process, a lot of out of the box thinking has gone to come out with these products. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much, and I would like to request Anil to come and start detailed process on color coated sheets, and that will be followed by the presentation by the Berger Paints team, who will take you through that how this innovation about painting started and what the main issue is itself. Anil, please. Thank you so much. I guess my colleague Namika knows Anil better than me, so let me give words from her.
Thank you so much, Anubhav sir. It was very enlightening session for us as well. So next now definitely to the specific subject, Mr. Anil Mittal ji. I think industry knows him very well. Mr. Anil Mittal ji is having very vast experience of almost 37 years in color coated industry. He's the one who installed and established the greenfield projects of companies like Bhushan Steel, Bhushan Khopoli, Asian Color Coated. Mr. Mittal have also worked with companies like Welspun. So now he's associated with us, and all this new project which is coming up in Raipur, Apollo building product, is completely under his supervision and guidance. So Mr. Mittal, please. Thank you so much.
We do. So we have added another feather in our cap. Introducing with a nice soch. Narrow width and thick color-coded coils and sheets with a designer concept. Navrang sheets. Galvanized and alu-zinc pre-painted coils and sheets with great aesthetics and edge protection, giving maximum durability, comes with great strength, advanced design with better weatherproof protection and more. These narrow width and thick color-coded sheets have a hot dip, non-OX continuous galvanizing or alu-zinc line, also known as Galvalume for edge protection, that is designed to process a thickness range of 0.3 mm to 3 mm with a 300 mm to 750 mm width. Its first higher thickness continuous color coating line with edge protection uses applicator coaters and cleaners to produce high quality colored coils that stay protected even during transportation and storage. Its applications include color coated open door frames, color-coated residential and commercial building rooftops, solar panel pedestals, bus roofing and inner body panels, color-coated shutters, purlins, ducting, etc. Our eco-friendly processes do not harm the nature, are energy efficient and have reduced water waste. Our aim is to save the planet by replacing wood with steel structures, a world-class product that is transforming the PEB industry through its features. In contrast to zinc-coated GI sheets, Navrang sheets are alu-zinc coated, while GI sheets provide a continuous barrier which does not allow moisture and oxygen to reach the steel. Navrang sheets go beyond that and come with a durable build. They come in some of the colors like light blue, off-white, brick red, green and grey with designer finishes like wood, marble and stone and any other color or finish you think of. Because of its advanced features, people are now shifting to Navrang from previously used GI sheets. With Navrang sheets, APL Apollo continues the legacy of trust, innovation and a promise of strength. India trusts our structural steel tubes. We trust Made in India steel for its high tensile strength because we believe in
Good evening friends. We are here to share नई सोच for better tomorrow. हम सब लोग जो भी काम करते हैं हर दिन उसी पुरानी सोच को लेकर चलते हैं, पुराने स्ट्रक्चर को लेकर चलते हैं। एपीएल अपोलो का जो अनुभव जी ने बताया कि हमारे पास में जो एक नई सोच है कि हम इंडस्ट्री को क्या नया दे सकते हैं। हर एक आदमी को एक लाइफ के लिए बेटरमेंट चाहिए कि हम जो भी प्रोडक्ट बनाते हैं हाउ वी कैन गिव ए स्ट्रेंथ टू दैट प्रोडक्ट। हमारे पास अब तक जो भी ट्रेडिशनल जो सिस्टम्स अवेलेबल थे उन्हीं ट्रेडिशनल सिस्टम्स को लेकर अब तक हम लोग बिल्डिंग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में काम करते थे। हायर थिकनेस वाज नॉट अवेलेबल इन इंडिया, वी वर हैविंग ए लिमिटेशन कि हम हॉट डिप गैल्वेनाइजिंग तक के अंदर हायर थिकनेस के अंदर हम अपना प्रोडक्ट लेकर आ सकते थे। अबव 1.5 मिलीमीटर 2 मिलीमीटर गैल्वेनाइजिंग वाज द ओनली सोर्स। वी डोंट हैव एनी अदर प्रोडक्ट which can give a better life to it. So we have come up in APL Apollo new facility with higher thickness color coated material which will give a better strength, better life, multiple advantages. So I want to present you here why we have come with thicker color coated. The main question comes कि इतनी बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज हिंदुस्तान में हैं, उन सब लोगों ने इस कंसेप्ट के बारे में क्यों नहीं सोचा? Why the color coated previously was not launched in thicker color? That is the first question comes to my mind. So if you can see what it was a need-based idea to enter into a narrow and thicker color coated for PEB segment. Yes. We are setting up a very big project in Raipur, having more than 2 lakh square meter of the covered area. We are using the zinc purlins. When we supply the GP coils, the quality is very good. When it comes to the site, it will get protected by the packing and everything. Also looks good. When we go to the roof, we'll have black spots, white spots, and what not. But you have no choice. So that's why we have come, because हमारे पास में जो अवेलेबिलिटी थी, हम कोटिंग बढ़ा सकते हैं, 90 ग्राम कर सकते हैं, 100 ग्राम कर सकते हैं, 120 ग्राम कर सकते हैं, 275 ग्राम कर सकते हैं, पर ब्लैक और व्हाइट स्पॉट से नहीं कर सकते। दूसरा हमारे पास क्या तरीका था कि अब उसको हम पेंट करें। लाइन कोटिंग में किसी पास फैसिलिटी थी नहीं, तो हम क्या करेंगे, पर्लिन को लेंगे, उसको रेड ऑक्साइड करेंगे, प्राइमर करेंगे और जो चाहे पेंट हम लोग करते हैं। आपने अपने घरों में भी देखा होगा कि जब हम पेंट करते हैं कन्वेंशनल तरीके से, तो हमें सरफेस को क्लीन करना पड़ता है। जो भी पेंटर होता है वो एक एमडी पेपर लेकर आता है, एमडी पेपर से सरफेस को क्लीन करता है 1 time, 2 time, 3 times, and after that he applies the paint. So that was the only method which was available with us, was a conventional method of doing the painting on the sheets, because this no line was available. So that's the major drawback of both the options was shorter lifespan. हम सोचते हैं कि जितना ज्यादा जिंक कोटिंग होगा उतनी बेटर लाइफ होगी, कन्वेंशनल तरीके से जो पेंट करेंगे वो बेटर लाइफ मिलेगी. वी आर समवेयर पार्शियली रॉन्ग. Why we have put so much of focus and requested all of you to be present here so that you can join hands with us and give us a strength to us in our नई सोच. India is the second fastest growing economy in the world, and we are constructing home for everybody every day. The new government focus to give a house to everybody. Then the challenge comes, global warming. We want earthquake resistant homes, we want low cost housing, and time consuming construction projects. You have seen the people who are coming in the RCC structures, making the building and everything. The projects are getting much delayed. So we have come up with a solution with our Apollo pipes to give a structure and give a color coated material to give a better life. We were having, you see that with the time, how the building structure has got changed. Earlier, we were having RCC columns for any building. No choice. The second choice, having some little more money, go with the long products. And now the third option which is given by APL Apollo is the structural hollow sections. Our more than 2 lakh square meter area sheds are coming in hollow sections, on which 45 metric ton crane will run. And whenever you are visiting Raipur, do visit us and just see the structure, how it is being made of the structural tubes. The question comes, the existing use of the material in the purlins. What is the current benchmark for purlin? We are going for, whenever we talk about the requirement, when any customer comes, or any consultant comes, or any architect who supports कि you can go for 350 MPa material with 275 GSM coating. If you are putting a 275 GSM coating, you get a better life. That is the common point which comes to the mind. All the traders who sell the material, all the companies who are producing the Purlin material, it is only one material, talk about the Purlin, is 275 GSM. Why 275 GSM? Why not 200? Why not 300? Why not 150? Because the maximum lines in India on the line can produce up to 275 GSM material. That's the reason we restrict ourselves up to the maximum 275 GSM. High thickness of zinc coating does not guarantee the better corrosion. हम सोचते हैं कि जितना ज़्यादा कोटिंग अच्छा कर देंगे उतनी हमें बेटर लाइफ मिलेगी. This is not true. If you can see, this is the various tests what we have conducted in house or from the various labs. If we are going for 80 grams of the zinc coating on the base metal, we are getting 85 hours of the salt spray test. There is only one method by which we can check the quality of material. The second, if we are going 120 GSM, is 100 hours. When we are going 275 GSM, we are getting 300 hours. Another segment has come. When we talk about a solar, the 550 GSM metal got started. The salt spray did not last more than 500 hours. So it does not mean when we are increasing the zinc coating, we are getting a better life. Now just see the vast difference. When we are using 80 grams of coating on the base metal and going for a paint coating of 25 microns, all together top and bottom, which can further get add-ons, we are getting 500 hours of salt spray test. And if you can see the previous slide, 80 grams zinc coating, 85 hours salt spray test. And you see 80 grams coating with the paint coating, 80 grams zinc coating plus paint coating gives us 500 hours of salt spray test. When we increase the zinc coating to 120 GSM, the salt spray test go to 750 hours. And if you can go for 275 GSM, what today we are using in the Purlin material, and by add on the paint on that, we are getting 1000 hours. And if you can see the NABL test report, which we have recently got conducted, we got even there is no impact on the surface in 1000 hours. And my friend Rajesh Mehrotra from MD of Berger Baker will give you more insight to the paints. This 1000 hours, how it can get multiplied by improvement in the paints. The traditional coating, how it started to the industry, just for your knowledge, we were having the initial concept of the batch hot dip galvanizing. Thus, with the time changes, the wet flux concept has come for the coating of the galvanizing. After that, the heat to coat has come. Then the non-ox lines has come. And the new product which is coming to the India is galvanizing. So technology is changing every day, but nobody has come forward to give a better life for the thicker material which is used mainly in the building structures. These are some of the photographs of the test results of pre-painted metal. मैंने पहली स्लाइड में आपको बताया कि हम जब जिंक कोटिंग का मटेरियल लेते हैं और यदि वो लाइन कोटिंग की फैसिलिटी हमारे पास नहीं है तो तो हम कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम से पेंट करते हैं। तो हमने प्राइमर लिया, एयर ड्राई पेंट किया, we are not doing any curing of that. Paint always gives a life when it gets cured in certain temperatures. Everything is having some process. So if we are doing a pre-painted metal with cuttage, the impact is after 5 years. Post-painted metal with cuttage after 5 years. And you see the line coating impact after 5 years. So we are all here to give a strength to our nice soch, and jointly we can touch this milestone, and alone we can do anything. So we are all minds, if we can make together, we can bring a revolution to this industry. If we can go through the case studies which being available, what is the impact of the running material, conventional method, line coating, traditional methods. After 16 months, 14 months, 16 months of the element, comparison showed the pre-painted parts were repeatedly and significantly more corrosion resistant than the post-painted parts. When Anubhav said, when we are thinking about making the color tubes, the color tubes will be made from the thicker color. We cannot go the paint what we normally do after buying the structure from the market. Again, the conventional method. So if you can see any material which will be get coated through a line coating, give a better results. And what happens in the line coating? When we take the coils, it will be get washed. सबसे पहले हम जब लेते हैं तो उसे एक पर्टिकुलर सॉल्यूशन में उसको साफ किया जाता है. After that we apply a chemical over it, so that there is going to be bonding between the zinc and the paint. After that we apply the primer, and when we apply the chemical, it will be get cured on 80 degrees centigrade. It is not on the room temperature, it is not the ambient temperature. What we normally does when we are doing any painting on the structure in house, all paint which is available in the market will get cured on the ambient temperature. It is a 2 minutes dry, 3 minutes dry, 5 minutes dry. So we get cured on 80 degrees. After that we apply the primer. Primer again get cured on 220 degrees centigrade. It means some reaction is happening between the metal and the paint, and the adhesion is coming on the base metal. Once the primer is being done, we apply our choice of colors. Somebody wants white, somebody wants blue, somebody wants grey. After that, another layer of coating comes, again being get cured on 220 degrees centigrade. And this entire process is being monitored in a scientific way. And once this product comes out, there is a lot of testing being done. The question comes, when we make the color coated material, does paint doesn't crack? So we do the test up to 0T. 0T means the one metal will be get folded up to the 0 level. The paint should not come. Paint is having a nature of a flexibility. Zinc doesn't have a flexibility. जब भी हम 275 ग्राम के मटेरियल को हम जब पर्लिन में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, तो ऊपर के जो फ्लेक्स हैं वो निकलने शुरू हो जाते हैं. But paint doesn't have that system. Paint is having a inbuilt flexibility. There is another study being done. These are industrial studies, and because this product is coming first time to India, there is no Indian studies available. Whatever is being done, that we have done in-house, and the test result we have shown here. What being done in-house, because we have started manufacturing of this product from last 2 months only. And the question comes, is the zinc is waterproof? It's a very big question. oxidation starts. And when the oxidation starts, that get impact the base metal. So it means the zinc is to get covered with something so that the moisture should not penetrate up to the bottom surface. If you can see the result, what will happen? White rust, red rust, and this type of the characteristics will come with the time. हम जब बेसिक जो रॉ मटेरियल को लेते हैं उसमें कोरोजन फास्ट होता है, जब हम जिंक अप्लाई करते हैं उसमें कोरोजन जो है स्लो रेट से होता है। पहले हम घरों में यूज किया करते थे गैल्वेनाइज्ड चार्लिक, जब हम लगाते थे बहुत सुंदर लगती थी। विद द टाइम्स वो फेड होनी शुरू हो जाती है। जो फेडिंग थी, जब हम छोटे थे तो सोचते थे कि इसका कोई कारण दूसरा होगा, बट दिस इज ऑक्सीडेशन। ड्राई एरिया में शाइनिंग ज्यादा बरकरार रहेगी, कोस्टल एरिया में वो मेटल उतना और खराब होता शुरू होता है। तो कलर कोटेड सेगमेंट का जो सबसे बड़ा जो फायदा है, which we want to join hand with you to work upon that with our paint suppliers, कि we want to be produce a product which is for a zone wise. Coastal belt a different product, dry weather a different product, where the heat is more a different product. So we have a choice to protect ourselves. एक सबसे बड़ा जो सवाल आता है कि जो जिंक कोटिंग है, जो हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं 275 ग्राम कोटिंग, तो 275 ग्राम जो जिंक कोटिंग है, इट इज ए टॉप एंड बॉटम। जिंक कोटिंग इज नॉट यूनिफॉर्म कोटिंग। जिंक कोटिंग को चेक करने के लिए हम 1 स्क्वायर मीटर एरिया में 4 पॉइंट्स के ऊपर हम उसकी थिकनेस चेक करते हैं, और जो चारों का जो एवरेज होता है उसको कैलकुलेट करने के बाद हम निकालते हैं कि कितना जिंक कोटिंग है। हम 275 ग्राम तो लेकर चले और 275 ग्राम है, पर टॉप में कितना है, बॉटम में कितना है, इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू कंट्रोल। 275 में ऊपर 150 हो सकता है, नीचे 125 हो सकता है, ऊपर 140 हो सकता है, नीचे 135 हो सकता है, पर है कितना? 275 ग्राम। हम what we are using? We are using 275 grams of a product, but we have no choice. Zinc coating cannot be controlled in a uniform way. Why? Galvalume has taken a preference on the zinc coating. गैल्वेलूम और गैल्वेनाइजिंग के अंदर सिर्फ एक बेसिक फर्क है कि गैल्वेलूम की जो कोटिंग होती है वो जिंक से ज्यादा बेटर यूनिफॉर्म होती है। इसलिए जो गैल्वेनाइजिंग का जो सॉल्ट स्प्रे टेस्ट है, यदि वो 300 घंटे में फेल हो जाता है तो गैल्वेलूम 500 घंटे में फेल होता है, बिकॉज द कोटिंग इज यूनिफॉर्म। ऑक्सीडेशन कहां पर ज्यादा होता है? जहां पर जिंक की लेयर कमजोर है, वहां पर वो हमें व्हाइट रस्ट देती है, वो हमें रेड रस्ट देती है। बाय अप्लाइंग द पेंट, अगेन कम बैक टू द पॉइंट कि हम जब कन्वेंशनल तरीके से पेंट अप्लाई करते हैं, वी आर डूइंग द सेम थिंग व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इन द जिंक कोटिंग। व्हेन वी आर डूइंग द लाइन कोटिंग, the application of the paint is uniform. When we are talking about 20 microns, the entire surface uniformly you will get 20 microns. We are talking about 10 microns, it is 10 microns. That's why after the over the zinc, when we apply the paint, it is given a uniform salt spray test, and the life of the product multiplied by 2 to 3 times. अब सवाल ये आता है कि क्या ये राइट टाइम है इस प्रोडक्ट को चेंज करने का? हम तो चेंज करना चाहते हैं क्योंकि हम मैन्युफैक्चरर हैं, पर क्या आप मिलकर इस चेंज को करना चाहते नहीं चाहते हैं? दैट्स व्हाई वी आर सिटिंग हियर। क्योंकि आज की डेट में जो नई गवर्नमेंट है, जो नई जरूरतें हैं, हमारे पास सबसे बड़ी यदि कोई कमी है वो है टाइम की, कि हम जो भी काम करना चाहते हैं उसको कम से कम टाइम में हमें पूरा करना है। दूसरी बात, जो पैसा हम खर्चा कर रहे हैं, वी गिव ए बेटर लाइफ टू इट। और बेटर टू लाइफ टू इट के लिए जब 4 लोग मिलकर किसी चीज पे ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करते हैं, इस तरीके से बैठ कर चर्चा करते हैं, तो ही एक नई सोच के साथ में एक नया प्रोडक्ट निकलता है। एंड दैट्स व्हाई द अपोलो नेम कम्स फॉर द इनोवेशन। This line can produce minimum 300 mm width line coating material. When we talk about all big players in the country, they are going wider, wider and wider. But we are coming narrow and narrow and narrow. हम अपने गुरुओं से सिर्फ एक चीज सोची, यदि किसी चीज को बड़ा सोच देखना है तो छेद छोटा होना चाहिए। स्मॉल होल से आप बड़े वर्ड को देख सकते हैं। माइक्रोस्कोप का जहां से आप आंख लगाते हैं माइक्रोस्कोप के लेंस के ऊपर, उसका साइज बहुत छोटा होता है, पर वो छोटा सा जो छेद जो है पूरी दुनिया को दिखा देता है। तो दैट्स व्हाई द APL Apollo has come not wider, we have come into narrow. तो ये फैसिलिटी का जो सबसे बड़ा जो फायदा है कि जब हम जिंक कोटिंग का 345 mm का जो स्टैंडर्ड एक पर्लिन का मेटेरियल हम लोग बनाते हैं, उसकी एजेस जो है वो अनकोटेड होती है, क्योंकि हम 1250 का कॉइल लेते हैं, 1010 का कॉइल लेते हैं, 1500 का कॉइल लेते हैं और उसको फिर हम उसको स्लिट करते हैं, और स्लिट करने के बाद में हम एजेस को जो है एक्सपोज कर देते हैं। विद दिस फैसिलिटी द प्रोडक्ट विल कम that will be 4-side coating, not 2-side coating, top, bottom and both the edges, because we will make a custom made product. If you need 250 mm, you need 350 mm, you need 400 mm, we will produce the material from 400 mm, so that whatever the product is coming to the market will be 4-side coated. Is it interesting or not? Various applications of the narrow thickness material we can use in the industrial sheds. We are approaching all the solar companies so that they can convert this galvano pedestals to the thicker color coated panels, purlins, warehouses outer frames, building rooftops, solar panel pedestals and bus roofings. It's a mass application of the thicker color. Dish antenna. Normally we use the galvanized material. After that we do the powder coating. But with this thicker color has come up, we can straight away go for the dish antenna made from the color coated coils. AC outers. Normally we buy the CRCA materials. Again do the powder coating. Draw everything. Here we can straight away go for the AC cabinets, steel barrels, refrigerators, rolling shutters. GL and GI, I have during our presentation I have told you what is the difference between GI and GL. GL having a better flexibility, better durability, better salt spray test, weather, temperature protections. basic attraction for our this thicker color. You can convert your imaginations into reality. आप सोचते हैं कि आपके रूफटॉप का जो बॉटम है वो आपके फ्लोर से मैच करना चाहिए, आपकी जो साइड वॉल्स हैं उससे आपका रूफटॉप मैच करना चाहिए, which is not possible in the galvanized product. But with this, you can convert your imaginations into reality. The most important part of this color coated, you can have anti-scratch, anti-dust, antibacterial, many more, which Mr. Rajesh will run through his presentation. Better adhesion, better flexibility, better product, better life. We have more advantages less than our words. The product which is coming, the specification of our line, we will produce from 0.6 to 3 millimeter, 300 to 750 mm width, 2-coat polyester paint, 120 grams of the zinc coating, top coat 15 to 18 microns, primer 5 to 7 microns, coating thickness DFT, elongation 12 to 17%. Normally when we are making the purlins, most of the time the cracks comes in the edges. But with this, the product which we are giving, offering to the market, we will have an elongation from 12 to 17% and it get passed up to 0T. If you can bend completely, the paint will not crack. Salt spray test will minimum 750 hours in the coastal belts. In dry area, it can go up to 1250 hours. Bend properties 0 to 3T. Scratch hardness 1.5 to 2 kg. The difference what we try to showcase here, and we look forward for your inputs. Today, whatever the material is available with us, which we offer to the market, everybody doesn't apply for 275 GSM material. Maximum material the people use up to 120 grams and more, will last up to 120 hours. Our product on 120 GSM will give minimum 750 to 1000 hours. Today coating is 275 GSM, we can give a better properties with 120 GSM with 25 microns of the paint coating. Aesthetics, only one single color. And after applying it, we can come black and white both. But here, we can have eye-catching colors. Whatever we want. And we can give a guaranteed product for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. The paint will remain as it is. Durability, short-term life. Here the life is guaranteed minimum 4 times. Processing time, if somebody wants to apply the paint, is in-house only paint technology is available. But when we go for a line coating, is a ready-made product. These are the tests conducted on our product. 120 GSM with 25 microns of paint coating. This is 1000 hours salt spray test is being passed. We are coming up with the pre-painted tubes. One fine evening again we will meet for the pre-painted tubes also with you. We want to jointly save the nature. As minimum zinc we can use, the more zinc we are available to the resources will be available, and we can control the cost. If the availability is less, the cost will go up. So less we cannot use 275 GSM. We use 120 GSM with the paint coating so recyclable, long-term value. When we are making the sheds, we should forget about the life for next 15 to 20 years. We should not look for a short-term basis. These are our products which were coming up in our new projects. PPGI and PPGL color coding lines, galvanized and galvanum lines. In galvanum also we are coming up from 0.6 to 3.2 millimeter. In India, the maximum thickness which is available in the country today is 1.6 millimeter. We are coming up a product up to 3.2 millimeter. We are coming up with color coded designer tubes in special finishes. We are coming with the black aniline tubes, CRC tubes and galvanum tubes. We are going to be launch a galvanum, today galvanum which is available in the country with the anti-finger coating. We are going to be come up with a galvanum with a clear lacquer coating which will give us a 15 years warranty. So the innovation, we are working on innovation, only we need your help to give inputs in our ideas so that we can strengthen ourselves and we work day and night to bring up a new products to the market. Actually, मैं आपके सवाल को दूसरे ढंग से when others say why, we at Apollo says why not. That is how आपका सवाल था कि जो प्रोडक्ट हम लोग मार्केट में भी लेकर आ रहे हैं MPs, there are only two terminologies which are available in the country. One is soft, another is hard. एक जनरल एक कंसेप्ट आता है दिमाग में कि हम जब पर्लिन मेटल की बात करते हैं, we talk about कि मिनिमम 345 MPa मेटल होना चाहिए. ये 345 MPa का जो कंसेप्ट था, that was after before 10 years. जिस टाइम स्टील अवेलेबल नहीं था, हम स्टील को इंपोर्ट किया करते थे, स्टील का रिफाइनिंग नहीं था, क्वालिटी ऑफ स्टील नहीं था. आज की डेट में हमारे पास में जिस थिकनेस का, जिस वाईएस का स्टील चाहिए, उसका बेसिक रॉ मटेरियल इज अवेलेबल इन इंडिया. So when we talk about 345 MPa, the input material will be 345 MPa. When we talk about 550 MPa, the 550 MPa will be available. It depends upon the application and the wings, the span. If you are having a big span, you need more wires. If you are having a smaller span, you need less wires. About the durability you asked, it is a better durability. जब हम hot dip galvanizing करते हैं और जब हम line coating करते हैं, it's a big difference comes. In line coating, we are using a high-speed blowers to maintain the uniform coating as much we can. In case of the color-coated application, it is with the line coaters, is the applicators. So there is a gap between this sheet and the coater. It's fixed. So there is no thickness variation. So whatever the gap is there between the applicator roll and the sheet will be filled by the paint. So it means the final product will be have a uniform coating. Yes. Yes, that's why I'm saying you imagine will convert your imagination into reality.
Specifically, we are from we want to utilize the different product on the MMS model mounting structure. So that's all specific. And then we require a huge quantity, but the shape and will be different as per the engineering requirement. That means sometimes in Z shape or sometimes it could be a C shape or different type of channel we require. So if it is okay to convert it in any type of shape, that
I'll explain. When the MP of any material increases, it impacts the elongation of the material. जब हम किसी मेटेरियल को बनाते हैं, जितना ज़्यादा उसकी हार्डनेस बढ़ती जाती है, उतना ज़्यादा उसकी एलोंगेशन प्रॉपर्टीज जो हैं, वो कम हो जाती हैं.
agreed, because with that only we do design. Generally we design 350 or 550. So when we design 550, we consider that elongation. 350, it will give better elongation.
Actually, whatever you thought for will be get converted into the line coating on the pre-painted material. There is no issue. Because the paint is having a nature of the elasticity. It doesn't crack. That's why In the paint coating testing, we talk about a 0T, 1T, 2T and 3T. The crude test is 0T, where 0T gives the answer to all your questions.
And suppose if like after you coated the sheet and then you do the road forming and punching and all, so it gives some hole, right? So that some surface would be exposed to the environment again. So how you take care of that part?
Very valid question you have asked. If we see about a plain zinc material, you are punching that zinc material also. What protects the edges?
So generally what we do that once we do the punching and after that we do the galvanization for hot dip galvanization.
Yeah. So in this process, both the hot dip is not required. Zinc is having a property, when you are sharing something, the edges will be covered with the zinc. And the paint what we are going to be applying on the line coating will also have the similar elasticity and high corrosion resistance paint. So when you do the punching portion will have a first layer of the zinc and the second layer of the anti-corrosion paint. That will last, we have done the testing of it, that will last up to 250 hours. The punching portion. The surface will last minimum 750 hours, but the punching portion will pass up to 250 hours.
And one last, that what different type of thickness we can utilize in this. So up to what is the starting thickness and up to what we can extend it.
We on this line, what we are targeting from 0.6 millimeter up to 3 millimeter. We can go for our question answer session once our friend Mr. Rajesh Mehrotra and Mr. Chetan Prakash will complete his presentation on the paint part. We shall answer your most of the queries. What will happen after the punch? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Anil sir, for this very specific and technical session. I think everybody now have clear all their doubts and whatever clarification we wanted about this product is properly well answered by Anil sir. So now next is Mr. Rajesh Mehrotra, Managing Director of Berger Paints. Berger Paint is one of the, I think, #1 company. Mr. Mehrotra is having almost 35 years of experience in paint industry and out of which 30 years in coil coating only. So whatever, who knows better than Rajesh as far as coil coating is concerned. He did his MBA and engineering also from one of the prestigious institutes. So let us have some more knowledgeable and technical session with Rajesh. Rajesh, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Anamika, for a very wonderful introduction. Very short, and I really love to have a very short introduction. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of APL Apollo, and I'm so pleased to be associated with APL Apollo. Here, if you see the captions which is going on around since we came, that APL Apollo means a change. And the change management is, if you know, is the most difficult thing. In fact, the change is inevitable, but in today's world, I think most of us are very resistant to change. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be briefing you very about our company, and later on I'm going to call upon my colleague Chetan Prakash, who is our R&D head, to tell you more about the paints and all this stuff. First of all, the journey which is started, I must say any journey starts with a single step, and the journey of 1,000 miles in case of APL Apollo has started with a single step, which is such an innovative product. I have been to more than 100 countries and I must have seen more than 150 coil coating lines across the world. And all I can tell you, this is first time in India, not only in India, in the world, we have this kind of solutions. Because I have never seen any coil coating line doing beyond 1.6 type of and thickness. So this kind of innovative solutions, we are very fortunate to be part of it. We'll be very happy. There are a lot in the pipeline. All I want to tell you, there's a lot in the pipeline which we are working together, and we'll be unfolding very soon in a forum like this. As Mittal sir said, that the tubes are going to be the next one which we'll be telling you all. Today, if you see what is the most important actually is that we have to really shake ourselves and think out of the box. And that is what needed. And today we have gathered here. I am sure each one of you are the expert on this field. I am only from the paint, but together if we come, the sky is the limit. So ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I would like to just give a very brief about the company. We are from Vijay Becker Coatings Limited, where Becker is a leading company. They are leaders in the world. We are present in more than 30 countries and marketing in more than 150 countries. Belgium is, everybody knows, so not much introduction needed. It started way back in 1997. We started in Goa, another plant. We started in Nagpur, and then we set up more distribution centers. And all we do only coil coating paints. We are totally focused coil coating company. We have a full-fledged R&D centers. All of you are invited. Whenever you come to Goa, it's a beautiful place. Please do just give me a call and do visit us. So I'm sure, yeah. It's a very nice R&D center which I'm sure you will all like to have a look. And to tell you more about the paint technology, I would like, very lovingly, I call him a Dr. Chetan. He's a B.Tech in chemical. He has done his MBA, more than 30 years experience. I was the first employee of the company and he was the second employee of the company. So we started the journey, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to call upon Chetan Prakash. Please come over and unfold the secret of paints and the properties. Over to you, Chetan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for a nice introduction. When we think of paint, what do we think? What comes first in the mind? A very beautiful, a बहुत खूबसूरत सी. What do we think? It's the building. So that's what paint is, aesthetics. So good evening, friends, and I'm very happy to be here doing the launch of a very innovative product of APL Apollo. That's the color-coated purlins, and I'm very grateful to Mittal sir, Anubhav sir for this. Now, coming back to paint technology, as I said, what comes to your mind? As I said, a very beautiful building. So first thing is aesthetics. So can't you imagine our world without paint? Just think about it. Paint के बिना तो नहीं रहा जा सकता. Second thing is life. Paint is the thing which is giving the life. जो corrosion को जो protection करता है वो तो paint ही है. You know the cost of corrosion, since we all are from the steel industry. तुम्हें पता है कि corrosion की cost क्या है? I think 6 months down the line मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा था कि there was a very famous song coming कि महंगाई डांस की सखी सहियां तो खूबी कमात है, महंगाई डायर खाए जात है. But in terms of steel parlor, it is a corrosion which is killing us. So paint is the one which is giving the life to the coating. जैसे मित्तल सर ने भी बताया कि सॉल्ट्स पे जो है वो पेंट से ही आता है. Because no doubt जिंक आयरन को प्रोटेक्ट करता है, but अगर जिंक लगे जितना मर्जी आप जिंक लगा लो, उसमें व्हाइट रस्ट तो होगा ही होगा, धब्बे तो होंगे ही होंगे, isn't it? How does zinc protect? Zinc protects by being a sacrificial anode to iron. What it means? It will start with a white rust and ultimately lead to red rust. 275 GSM भी आप लगा लो, इसीलिए तो उसमें जो है आपका 300 घंटे ज़्यादा आता नहीं है. Because zinc will definitely have white rust. And that is why you require paint. Other thing is it gives you hiding, opacity. So in technical terms, paint is nothing but a pigmented liquid, which when you apply on a thin film, जैसे सर ने बताया 20 माइक्रोन, 25 माइक्रोन, it gives you hiding, protection, decoration, and life to the product. अब पेंट के अंदर होता क्या है? पेंट तो हम लोग मतलब अभी से नहीं है, it's been running through prehistoric times. पेंट तो प्रीहिस्टोरिक टाइम से था। अगर आप पुराने अजंता एलोरा या पुराने केव्स में देखें तो ब्रॉन्ज कलर की, गोल्डन कलर की पेंट तो तब से था, तब से मतलब यूनिवर्स रहा है, पेंट रहा है। उसके इंग्रेडिएंट्स क्या हैं? वेल, एनी पेंट सिस्टम, व्हेन आई से एनी पेंट has only got 4 ingredients: pigments, resins, solvents and additives. So then it must be very easy, everybody should do a paint, just 4 ingredients, isn't it? But उस 4 के अंदर बहुत कुछ है। हजारों तरह के पिगमेंट हो सकते हैं, हजारों तरह के रेजन हो सकते हैं, हजारों तरह के सॉल्वेंट हो सकते हैं और एडिटिव। दैट्स व्हाई पेंट इज नोन एज अ फॉर्मुलेशन इंडस्ट्री, कि आप उसे कैसे फॉर्मुलेट करें कि आपको जो आइडियल प्रॉपर्टीज हैं आपको मिले। How do you manufacture paint? Basically, first you have to premix the thing. क्योंकि सभी इंग्रेडिएंट्स को, खासकर जो पाउडर है, एक जगह लाना जरूरी है। जैसे मिक्सी में आप बोलते हैं ना, first you have to premix, which you do in a high speed disperser. प्रीमिक्स करने के बाद आपको उसके पिगमेंट के पार्टिकल्स को बिल्कुल अलग-अलग करना है, तभी उसका मैक्सिमम कलर स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी। That is known as grinding. So mixing, grinding, बाकी जो उसके इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं आप थिनिंग कर लीजिए, टिंटिंग कर लीजिए और बाद में फिल्टर कर लीजिए। So this is a very simple procedure if you see. Then coming to this, coil coating is also a very special type of paint. And coil coating is the most advanced technology in which you can apply paint, because जैसे आप पोस्ट पेंटिंग करते हैं, ठीक है, पोस्ट पेंटिंग से भी प्रोडक्शन मिलेगी, बट क्या उसकी नींव बनेगी? बेसिकली हमको सबसे पहले तो जैसा आपने देखा कि कोई भी पेंट कर रहा है तो एमरी पेपर से घिस रहा है, हम क्यों घिसते हैं? पेंट तो हम सीधा ही लगा सकते हैं ताकि उसकी नींव बने, प्री-ट्रीटमेंट हो, इसको बोलते हैं। तो फर्स्ट स्टेज जो कॉइल कोटेड लाइन में आप कर सकते हैं वो है प्री-ट्रीटमेंट। जैसे मित्तल सर ने कहा, उसको 80 डिग्री तक हीट करना होता है। तो आप क्या जो पेंट करते हैं 80 डिग्री तक हीट कर सकते हैं? ओवर कोटिंग नहीं कर सकते। और आप कर भी लें तो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि आपका नींव तो बनी नहीं। आपका जितना मर्जी बढ़िया आप बिल्डिंग मटेरियल लगा लीजिए, सिंस यू आर फ्रॉम स्टील इंडस्ट्री, अगर नींव अच्छी नहीं है, the foundation is not there, तो that will not survive. And that's exactly why ओवर कोटिंग से जो कॉइल कोटिंग है वो बहुत अच्छा रहता है। जैसे मैंने बताया, प्री ट्रीटमेंट करते हो, फिर आप उसके बाद उसमें प्राइमर लगाते हो, प्राइमर करके 216 डिग्री तक क्योर करते हो, उसके बाद आप उसपे टॉप कोट लगाते हो, बैक कोट भी लगाते हो। तो देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोसेस इन्वॉल्वड व्हिच इज गिविंग इट सच अ गुड लाइफ। दैट्स व्हाई इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नेक्स्ट, सो कोटिंग में होता क्या है? सबसे बड़ी बात है आपका स्क्रैच रेजिस्टेंस। जो स्क्रैच की प्रॉपर्टी है, स्क्रैच के साथ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, दोनों चीजें होना वो पेंट में ही पॉसिबल है। और पेंट में तरह-तरह के पेंट, जैसे मित्तल सर ने कहा कि 0T भी हम कर सकते हैं, व्हिच इज अ वेरी फ्लेक्सिबल पेंट। उतना अगर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आपकी आ गई तो जैसे आपने बताया आपको डिफरेंट ऑपरेशंस चाहिए, तो आप कोई भी ऑपरेशन कर लीजिए। 0T का मतलब आपने स्टील को बिल्कुल 2 भागों में बांट दिया, बिल्कुल उसको एक को दूसरे सिरे से मिला दिया, फिर भी वो क्रैक नहीं हुआ। वो चीज पेंट के अंदर डेफिनेटली पॉसिबल है। और हमने देखा है कि लाखों टन वो कोटिंग हो चुकी है और हमारे कंट्री में हो चुकी है। ऑफ कोर्स लॉन्ग लाइफ तो जैसे मैंने कहा, जिंक से डेफिनेटली जितना बढ़ाओगे तो फायदा होगा, लेकिन जितना मर्जी आप बढ़ा लो व्हाइट रस्ट तो होगा, उससे बचाव नहीं है, बिकॉज़ टेक्नोलॉजी वही है। उसको बचाने के लिए आपको पेंट की कोटिंग की आवश्यकता डेफिनेटली है। ऑफ कोर्स इट्स वेरी यूनिफॉर्म। जैसे अगर आपने मान लीजिए पर्लिन ऊपर लगाया है, उसमें पेंट नहीं लगाया, आपने हाथ से भी पेंट लगाया, तो प्री ट्रीटमेंट नहीं है। आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा कि 3 साल बाद उसको दोबारा पेंट करना पड़ेगा। आई एम श्योर आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि आप पर्लिन लगाते हो तो 3 साल में दोबारा पेंट करते हो। तो अगर आप उसको दोबारा पेंट करते हो तो कई बार तो इतनी हाइट्स पे होता है कि वो करना भी पॉसिबल नहीं होता, और आप उसको बार-बार करते हो तो एनवायरनमेंट का भी लॉस करते हो, नुकसान करते हो। और जब आप ओवर कोटिंग करते हो तो उसमें 10 या 15 माइक्रोन आप नहीं लगा सकते, उसमें कितना लगेगा यू कैन नॉट कंट्रोल इट। सबसे ज्यादा मतलब इसका कॉइल कोटिंग का फायदा है कि यू गेट अ यूनिफॉर्म कोटिंग, एस्थेटिक्स, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स एंटी डर्ट, एंटी कोरोसिव, और आप इसका डिफरेंट फंक्शंस भी लगा सकते हैं। बेस्ट इज द सस्टेनेबल, एनवायरनमेंट के लिए फ्रेंडली है, बिकॉज़ बेसिकली आपको बार-बार उसको मेंटेनेंस करने की जरूरत नहीं है। सो इट्स डेफिनेटली अबाउट ओनली वन प्लैनेट, वी मस्ट डू आवर बिट, जो भी हम कर सके विदाउट इंक्रीजिंग आवर कॉस्ट, वी मस्ट डू इट बिकॉज़ वी ओwe it to our coming generations. And as I said, it's maintenance free, everybody will appreciate that as well. Indian coil coating segment is very briefly, I will tell you, there's a lot of things that you can do in coil coatings. Construction market is still the maximum, so you guys have the maximum share. Then of course other areas like furniture or appliance, very different applications are coming and they are possible in coil. whatever paint that we produce, we just test it. You know, Goa is very humid. Seashore है तो definitely वहाँ बहुत आर्द्रता तो होगी. And that we test it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and nothing happens. उसी के बेस पे तो मित्तल सर ने कहा मैं आपको वारंटी दे सकता हूँ. आपको कैसे वारंटी देंगे? Based on the tested results that we have. That too we have it from sites not only in India but different countries also, which are all very close. So when it comes to product portfolio, so this is some of the product portfolios which is available. Very special types of paints are possible and are running in India. Like polyesters, textures, PVDF. Nothing happens to PVDF paints even 50 years because of that carbon fluorine bond. Fluorine is the most electronegative element on Earth. Because of that, that's totally neutral to UV. हमारा जो भी fading होती है या इवन स्किन कैंसर्स होते हैं वो यूवी की वजह से होते हैं. जो सोलर लाइट का जो यूवी पार्ट है उसके लिए पीवीडीएफ बिल्कुल ट्रांसपेरेंट है. तो कोटिंग में लिटरली आप कमाल कर सकते हैं. Because there are trends which are coming for lower bake coatings. Sustainability is the key. And I think, as I said in the beginning, I am very happy to be here with the launch of this color-coated parlance, and this is just the beginning. This is the innovation journey which will go together with APL Apollo, and we'll be able to serve this industry. So I think thank you very much. We will now I think start the questions.
So now I would like to call again to whatever queries or doubts we have. And it's okay, after this, then we can proceed for dinner. So let's have this question now.
I can come closer to you. That's what I want. What Chetan has explained you about the paint, I'm coming to that. Joining heads together can bring a solution. Problem आपका है, solution मिलकर किया जा सकता है. आज की डेट में इतना ज़्यादा innovation हो चुका है इसके ऊपर कि हम protective cover दे सकते हैं. कि आपको जो sheeting आप करते हैं, तो depending upon the environment, we can get develop the paint, apply on it, and what is the application? It is application based. You got acid fumes, it can be alkali fumes, it can be chromatic fumes. So it depends upon the area, it depends upon the height, it depends upon the percentage of the acid fumes. Yes. That's why I said that we are not coming up a product which is a general product. We want to be a customer requirement related product. Yeah. I can give you our details to you. You send your requirement to us on email. Whatever are your problems, we will sign off. We will sign off a technical agreement amongst us, and then we can develop a product and come back. Yes.
The product what you have unveiled today is a wonderful solution to a very complex problem of pre-engineered building that's valley gutter. We usually get this paint in validators or pre-galvanized 275 GSM validators. The only constraint I see is the 750 coil width limitation will still not service this problem of utilizing this product in validator. And the second problem is, the second point is the weldability of the material or connecting one plate to the other at validator joints. How it can be addressed, that I'll be keen to know about.
Actually, when we're talking about the purlins, and we're talking about the validator is an integral part of each other. We are going to be supply a air spray paint for to cover the weld joints. Normal paint which is available in the market, which not withstand the test what we are guaranteeing for a product. So whatever the paint we are applying is weldable. So whatever the portion will get burnt while welding, it can be, a paint will be sprayed on that particular portion, but the life of that paint will be 50% the lifespan, what guarantee we are giving for the product. And what you were talking about the valley gutter, you cannot meet the 100% requirement of anybody. When you talk about a thicker material, when we make a bigger, let's say 1250 mm or 1500 mm or 1000 mm or 1250 mm, everything is having a cost. If your capex will increase, if you I'll put up a line and I spend 100 crores to put up a line to cater the requirement of 10%. The weight of the 10% we will levied on balance 90%. So I want to cover 90%. हमें अपना बचपन याद है जब हम पढ़ते थे, आजकल तो 90% में भी लोग सुसाइड कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? तो मैं आपको एक छोटा सा जस्ट फॉर द लाइटर मूवमेंट, हमेशा हम एक चीज बोलते हैं कि इंसान को जिंदगी के अंदर कभी भी जीत से दोस्ती नहीं करनी चाहिए। डिप्रेशन कब होता है? जब हम टारगेट फिक्स कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? हमेशा इंसान को दोस्ती करनी चाहिए हार से, क्योंकि मार्कशीट के अंदर कितने परसेंट भी मार्क्स आपके पड़े, सिर्फ दो ही चीज मिलती हैं आपको, या तो पास या फिर फेल। जब मार्कशीट हमारे पास में आती है तो वहाँ पे एक वर्ड है पास और दूसरा है फेल। हम ये नहीं बोलते हैं कि 82% से पास हुए, या हम ये नहीं बोलते हैं कि हम 33% से फेल हुए। तो लाइफ के अंदर सबसे पहला है कि हम मेजर पोर्शन को हम कैसे कवर करें। इफ आई एम एबल टू कैटर, आई एम कमिंग ए प्रोडक्ट। आप सवाल करिए कि सर प्रोडक्ट तो आप लेकर आए, ऐसे प्रोडक्ट को लाने का फायदा क्या है जो मेरी कॉस्ट को बढ़ाए। कहते हैं कि मेरा चेहरा कितना खूबसूरत क्यों ना हो, पर जब तक मैं इसके ऊपर क्रीम नहीं लगाता हूँ ना, चेहरे की सुंदरता नहीं आती। तो जो 275 ग्राम जो है ना, अभी तक उसको ऊपर ब्यूटी पार्लर नहीं था। हम सब एक अच्छा ब्यूटी पार्लर कंसेप्ट लेकर आए कि आपको जो ब्यूटिफिकेशन चाहिए वो हम दे सकते हैं। तो हमने जो प्रोडक्ट लेकर आए हैं, वाई नैरो, so that we can cater 90% of the requirement on a reasonable cost. That we don't want to enhance the cost. That's the purpose to bring the narrow width. Any of my friends? सबसे ज्यादा हमसे ज्यादा हमने आप लोगों को जवाब देना है, आप लोगों को उन कस्टमर्स को जवाब देना है जिनको आप सर्विस करते हैं। तो इसलिए जितना ज्यादा सवाल हमसे आप पूछेंगे, उतना ज्यादा बेटर सवालों का जवाब आप उनको दे पाएंगे।
Some of our projects are in C4 and C5. So generally we are facing too much issue in structure of the corrosion, and that's all. So have you any product which can survive for 20-25 years in C4, C5?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that we bring the doctor with us. This Berger Baker we called a doctor. हमारे पास में क्या है कि एक जनरल प्रोडक्ट है। आज 275 ग्राम का जो प्रोडक्ट अवेलेबल है वो एक जनरल प्रोडक्ट है जो सबके पास अवेलेबल है। अब आपको चाहिए कि सर हमें 5 साल वाला चाहिए, तो आपको 5 साल वाला मिलेगा। आपको बोलिए आपको 10 साल वाला चाहिए तो 10 साल वाला मिलेगा। जिस तरीके से जिस होटल में हम बैठे हुए हैं, जब हम काउंटर के रिसेप्शन में गए तो उससे पूछा भाई रूम्स अवेलेबल हैं, तो उसने बोला कि रूम्स अवेलेबल है। एक्सटेंडेड रूम है 5,000 रुपये का, डिलक्स रूम है 7,000 रुपये का, और प्रेसिडेंशियल सूट जो है वो है 50,000 रुपये। तो उसी तरीके से इफ यू वांट 10 years you will get 10 years, you want 15 years You will get 15 years, you want 20 years, you will get 20 years. That is the beauty of this product. With guarantee. गारंटी और वारंटी जो है ना, इसमें भी बहुत बड़ा रोल है। जैसे हम इंश्योरेंस लेने के लिए जाते हैं तो इंश्योरेंस वाला बोलता है यू आर 100% सिक्योर, और जब क्लेम लेने के लिए जाते हैं तो हमें एक्सक्लूजन्स पढ़ाते हैं, और यहाँ पर हम एक्सक्लूजन के साथ में नहीं है, इंक्लूजन के साथ में।
The contractor placing the order, but you are not providing, you are providing the sheet to the PEB, justify that okay you use.
यहाँ पर यूजर भी है, यहाँ पर डिजाइनर भी है, और यहाँ पर मैन्युफैक्चरर भी है। तो हम सब लोग एक जगह एक रूफ के नीचे इसलिए इकट्ठा हुए कि आपने एक बिल्डिंग बनानी है, तो आप सबसे पहले किसको बुलाएंगे? आप कंसल्टेंट को बुलाएंगे, आर्किटेक्ट को बुलाएंगे, डिजाइनर को बुलाएंगे। तो डिजाइनर के पास में जो भी प्रोडक्ट आज की डेट में अवेलेबल है, उसके हिसाब से आपको वो एक प्रोडक्ट देगा। तो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव कम हियर कि मैं आज एक कलर कोडेड पर्लिन लेकर आया हूँ। इस पर्लिन के क्या क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं, उस एडवांटेजेस को मैं डिजाइनर के साथ, आर्किटेक्ट के साथ, कंसल्टेंट के साथ डिस्कस कर सकूँ। एंड हियर दी सेलर्स आल्सो। सेलर कब बेच पाएगा? जब डिजाइनर अप्रूव करेगा। डिजाइनर कब अप्रूव करेगा? जब उसको बेसिक प्रोडक्ट के बारे में हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे। बिकॉज इट्स अ न्यू कंसेप्ट। मैंने जब अपना प्रेजेंटेशन शुरू किया, दिस इज अ नई सोच फॉर बेटर टुगेदर।
I have built in Jakarta, just hear me out. I have built in Jakarta. I have built in Mozambique also. The environment is slightly different, so how?
That's what I'm saying. Let's say if I have to supply, the user and the inventor has to be more specific the use of the material. अभी हमने तो there are two concepts. Number one, आप किसी ट्रेडर के पास गए, तो आपने बोला कि भाई हमारे को पर्लिन नहीं चाहिए, तो उसने बोला कि मेरे पास 275 ग्राम का बहुत बढ़िया पर्लिन है, मैं आपको सप्लाई करूंगा। या कल टुमारो when the APL Apollo Purlin's material is available in the market, he went to the distributor or a dealer कि मुझे कलर कोडेड पर्लिन का मटेरियल चाहिए। तो उसने APL Apollo का पर्लिन का मटेरियल दिया, उसने बोला बहुत अच्छा मटेरियल है, आप परचेज कर लीजिए, गिव बेटर लाइफ। But that he is not specific in which area he wants to put in that. Because when we are talking about a specific product, we should be specific in our requirements also, the intent also. I want to put up the shed in the coastal belt. If I want to put up in a dry area, मैं dry area में एक shed बनाना चाहता हूँ, उसके ऊपर मैं high valued product क्यों यूज करूँ? जैसे हिंदुस्तान का जो I went to China 4 years back. आपको सब लोगों को ध्यान होगा कि कलर कोडेड की जो फाइल्स आती थी हिंदुस्तान में, वो चाइनीज मटेरियल जो है वो इंडियन मिल से बहुत सस्ता है। तो हम चाइना गए समझने के लिए कि भाई हम तो अपनी फैक्ट्री चला नहीं पाते, ये चाइना वाले हमसे अच्छा क्वालिटी लेके जाते हैं, वियतनाम लेके जाते हैं, और हमारी अच्छा क्वालिटी से हमसे सस्ता प्रोडक्ट बनाकर हिंदुस्तान में लाके हमसे सस्ता बेचते हैं ना सर? ऐसे कैसे? हमारा एचआर क्वालिटी हिंदुस्तान से बाहर लेकर गए, उसका जाने का खर्चा, आने का खर्चा, प्रोसेसिंग किया, उसके बाद में भी हमसे सस्ता। तो हम जब चाइना गए तो हमने पूछा, डिफरेंट लाइनों को विजिट किया, तो हमने देखा कि भाई आप कैसे बनाते हो? तो उन्होंने बताया कि हम तो जी प्राइमर लगाते नहीं। क्या करते हो? कि हम तो खाली टॉप कोट और बैक कोट लगा देते हैं। अब टॉप कोट लगा दिया, बैक कोट लगा दिया, फिर क्या होता है? कहीं लगने के बाद कौन देखता है? ये बात भी सही है। तीसरी बात आई, उन्होंने देखा कि हिंदुस्तान के अंदर जो कलर कोडेड मटेरियल अवेलेबल है वो मैट फिनिश है। तो हिंदुस्तान में आज से 4 साल पहले जितनी भी शीट्स हिंदुस्तान में यूज हुआ करती थी सब एक मैट फिनिश यूज हुआ करता था, देयर वाज नो शाइन। चाइनीज हैव अंडरस्टूड और माइंडसेट कि जो चमकता है वो दिखता है, तो उन्होंने क्या किया, 80% ग्लॉस का जो पेंट है वो लगा के देना शुरू कर दिया। और जितने भी हमारे प्रोफाइलर्स थे उन सब ने क्या क्या कलर कोडेड प्रोफाइल आई, ज्यादा चमक रही थी, तो जो बेचारा गांव देहात का आदमी आता है वो तो देखो यार ये तो हल्का लग रहा है, इसमें चमक ज्यादा तो ये वाला था। तो हम ठंडे में रह गए और चाइनीज जो है वो हमसे ऊपर पहुंच गए। तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि चमक जो है वो सब कुछ नहीं है। हम सबको क्या करना है, हम सबको आपस में एक दूसरे को एजुकेट करना है। When the problems comes back to us, but normally what we do, we carry that problem into a negative. हमें सवाल नहीं करते हैं कि जो मेटेरियल कलर कोडेड पर्लिन का जो मेटेरियल मैं लेकर आया हूँ आज आप लोगों के बीच में, इस पर्लिन के अंदर जब कस्टमर मेरे पास आएगा वो क्या क्या क्वेश्चन है, वो बोलेगा कि जब मैं इसकी फॉर्मिंग करूंगा ये तो सर पेंट निकलेगा। हमने एक मेटेरियल सप्लाई किया किसी पार्टी को पर्लिन का, तो सबसे पहले जो ऑपरेटर लाइन पर होता है वो सालों से जो है वो गैल्वेनाइज्ड पर्लिन का मेटेरियल बना रहा है, ठीक है। तो उसने पर्लिन का मेटेरियल बनाया, बनाने बाद बोलता है फटाफट 10 मिनट के बाद में, हम लोग क्यूरियस थे, पहली कॉइल सप्लाई की थी तो क्यूरियोसिटी बहुत ज्यादा थी, क्या कितना जल्दी वो लाइन पे लगे, कितना जल्दी उसका प्रोडक्ट हमें दिखे। तो 10 मिनट के बाद में हमें एक अर्थक्वेक की तरह एक शॉक लगा। उसने बोला ये तो पेंट निकल रहा है। पेंट कैसे निकल सकता है, हमने तो 0 डिग्री में टेस्ट किया था, हमारी फैक्ट्री में तो निकला नहीं, आप यहाँ कैसे निकल रहा है। तो हम उस प्रॉब्लम के साथ बैठे नहीं, नेगेटिविटी हैज नॉट कम टू अवर माइंड, बिकॉज हमें इस प्रोडक्ट के अंदर हमें कामयाब होना है। तो हमने क्या किया, उसके मालिक से बात की कि भाई जब आपने इस गैल्वेनाइज्ड प्रोडक्ट को चलाया था लाइन के ऊपर, क्या आपने लाइन को साफ किया था? अच्छा, लाइन को साफ भी करना पड़ता है। अरे भाई जो जिंक इतने सालों से चला रहे हो, तो जो रोलर्स हैं उनके कहां पर जो जिंक जो एक्स्ट्रा आता है उसका डिपोजिशन होगा ना, और डिपोजिशन यदि होगा तो पेंट को खा जाएगा। बोलो यार से साफ तो किया है। तो मैंने कहा एक काम करो भाई, लंच ब्रेक हो गया, हम भी लंच कर लेते हैं, जब तक आप जो है अपने रोज को साफ कर लीजिए। जो मटेरियल लंच से पहले पेंट निकल रहा था, लंच के बाद में वो सक्सेसफुल हो गया। एंड द सेम वीडियो यू हैव सीन इन आवर एवी कि जिससे पेंट निकल रहा था वो बाद में वो सक्सेसफुल रहा। आज की डेट में यदि हमें कलर कोटेड पर्लिन का मेटेरियल बनाना है तो डिसिप्लिन इज मस्ट। मेटेरियल यदि हमें इस प्रोडक्ट को कामयाब करना है तो सबसे पहले आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीबॉडी टू टेक ओथ विद APL Apollo. If you really a good friends of us and wants to be join hands with us in this journey of success और विद और नई सोच कि कोई भी यदि प्रॉब्लम आती है प्रोसेस में, हमें उसकी डेप्थ में जाना, उसको नेगेटिव करके साइड में नहीं रखना। जब भी कोई नई चीज आती है तो नेगेटिविटी पहले आती है, पॉजिटिविटी बाद में आती है। अरे यार कलर कोडेड पर्लिन लगा रहा है, आगे चला बनाएंगे कैसे चलेगा। इसलिए मैंने बोला कि हमें जो भी प्रॉब्लम आती है सबसे पहले हमें अपने चीज को साफ करना। जब जितनी भी हाउसवाइफ्स हैं, भाभी जी हमारे घर पर हैं, तो कई बार सुबह सुबह मियाँ जी दूध लेकर आए, बाजार से गए चलकर, आँख खुली रही थी, वापस आए, गैस पे दूध को रखा और दूध जो है वो फट गया। ठीक है, बीबी जी का सुबह सुबह मूड खराब है, ब्रेकफास्ट कैसे बनाए, पर ये नहीं देखा जिस बर्तन में दूध को डाला था वो बर्तन ही साफ नहीं थे, क्योंकि काम वाली जो भाई जो है वो गुस्से में रात को 11 बजे गई थी, बर्तन को उसने सही ढंग से साफ नहीं किया। उसमें कौन कौन मारा गया, बेचारा दूध वाला और बेचारा पति देव जो सुबह 6 बजे उठ के दूध पीते। तो जो मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं, हम सबको मिलकर जो काम करना है इस प्रोडक्ट को लॉन्च करने के लिए, हम लोगों को डिसिप्लिन है। हमारी जो रिक्वायरमेंट है कस्टमर की, उसको डिटेलिंग मैन्युफैक्चरर तक बताना। जब तक आप इस रिक्वायरमेंट को हम तक सही तरीके से नहीं पहुंचाएंगे, तब तक हम इस प्रोडक्ट की जो लाइफ है, जो हम प्रिडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, वो नहीं दे पाएंगे, क्योंकि जो टेस्टिंग होती है वो वेल एयर कंडीशन रूम्स में होती है। जो R&D सेंटर्स होते हैं वो वेल कंट्रोल्ड है, वहाँ सब कुछ बहुत साफ सुथरा होता है। वहाँ पर 1000 घंटे भी आएगा, 1200 घंटे भी आएगा, पर वही प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आने के बाद 400 घंटे भी फेल नहीं होना चाहिए। हमारे यहाँ में 0T में पास हो रहा है, आपके पता चला 40 में फेल हो गया। तो मेरी सब लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि वी आर प्लानिंग टू क्रिएट वन वीडियो ऑन दिस, कि हाउ द कलर कोडेड पर्लिन will be get manufactured on the standard lines which are available, because nobody is going to change their Purlin's lines for APL. तो आपका जो यूजर है, आपका जो ऑपरेटर है, उसको लाइन पर इस मेटल को चलाने से पहले क्या क्या चीज करने की जरूरत है? सिर्फ मोदी जी का कहना है ना, सफाई अभियान। उससे क्या होगा? लाइन का मेंटेनेंस भी बेटर होगा, APL अपोलो का प्रोडक्ट भी यूज होगा, और हम और आप जो है फिर दोबारा से ऐसे मिलते हैं। Any other point?
इसमें आपके कलर्स के आपकी कोयल्स के कलर्स ऑप्शन को चार ही है।
आपने APL अपोलो में नीचे लिखा हुआ नवरंग, जो मांगे वो दे,
जो मांगे तो मिनिमम क्वांटिटी, मतलब जो भी चाहिए, जैसे कोई भी
आप मिनिमम बताइए, फिर हम मैक्सिमम भी बताएंगे।
ओके, कोई भी मतलब राल कोड जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट,
हमने आपसे पूछा मिनिमम से मिनिमम बताइए।
मिनिमम 5 टन
हैं?
5 टन,
नो प्रॉब्लम, वी गिव यू 1 टन आल्सो।
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल अप्रिशिएट कि आप एक एफर्ट किए हो, जो कंसल्टेंट को एक अच्छा लगेगा, सब कुछ हमें सेम दिखना है। बट इसमें एक सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम नज़र आती है कि पेंट जो वी मैन्युफैक्चर करता है वो इन हाउस करता है, वी विल जस्ट प्रोवाइड यू द रॉ नंबर फॉर द सेम कलर, बट देन ऑल्सो सम वेरिएशन विल बी देयर फ्रॉम राफ्टर एंड कॉलम्स एंड योर पर्लिन्स। सो वो ब्रिज कैसे आप कम करें?
I'll address your this point. Actually, in case of the bigger projects, this is achievable. But for the smaller projects, this is not achievable. Because if you are making 50,000 square meter of the shed or 20,000 meter square of sheds, in that case, we can match your colors. Because we can take the color sample from you, develop the panel, and give back that same material. But for the smaller segments, where the requirements is 5 tons, 10 tons, 2 tons, is not working. We'll try to match these standard colors with that, because it depends on the coating thickness also. Because color always get changed. All color will also have a different shades, appearance, depending on the coating thickness also. Let's say you're looking for a 20 years of the warranty product. Then the RAL code will remain the same, but the shed will change. So normally what we does in the bigger projects, we take the color samples from you, we develop that paint, and then supply. It is not the standard RAL code. RAL code is only a reference point.
And second, we discussed हो चुका कि punch वाला part, but when you will supply the coil to PEB supplier, right? They will cut at one point. So वो जो cut हो रही है वहाँ पे and the punch part, वो technical difference में वहाँ paint नहीं है।
आपका सवाल जो है ना, अभी आप जो पर्लिन यूज करते हैं, जो पर्लिन मैन्युफैक्चर जो बनाता है, उसमें भी पंचिंग होती है।
No, see, now you have provided some solutions, so there will be some questions. That's why.
Answer to your question. I am giving answer to your question. I am not taking it back. I am giving a solution to it. That's why we are jointly here. अभी हम पर्लिन के अंदर पंचिंग करते हैं। पंचिंग करने के बाद में जिंक की जो टेंडेंसी है, if our cutters are or the punch are not better, that's why I'm talking a discipline. If your punches are not sharp or straight, you will not get a corrosion resistance on the edges, on the punch portion. For that, the punches is required the sharp, so that will bring a layer at the punch portion. That's why the punches portion will not have that white rust problem, because they cover, let's say if the surface is having 700 hours capacity, that will give you 350 hours. Similar way, the paint which are coming in the Purlin material will also have the same elasticity. So when you will punch it, some portion of the paint will come on the edges also. That's why it's in the roofing sheets. जो roofing sheets हम लोग बनाते हैं, उसको भी हम coil से शेयर करते हैं. पर आपने कभी भी edges में नहीं देखा होगा कि वहाँ पर white rust होता है या red rust होता है. तो similar of thing will apply in this color coded purlins, and will have a better corrosion resistant paint. I think you have not gone through it. This paint is not a standard paint. It depends on your requirement. Is anti-dust, anti-scratch. इसे कहते हैं dollar scratch mark. It's not an Indian rupee scratch mark. Okay, you take a coin and just scratch it. The paint should not come. So it again depend upon the customer requirement. आप कितना महंगा या क्या value अपने product को add करना चाहते हैं.
Hi, my question is quite relevant to this. Like you explained, the method designing of joineries, so there will be so many bolts, gears, and gussets and stapling plates. So, like you explained that you have to paint or spray whatever the product is. So, what quantity should I keep in my mind while the coating in any tender purpose or any?
Actually, it depends upon the running length, because the estimation can be done with the running length only, because when you are making a purlin, it depends upon your running length. So it depends upon how much of running length of the purlin you need to supply. So we can add on a formula to it, okay, whatever the quantity of the purlin you are going to be in the running meters, so that much of the punch holes will be there, and every punch hole and how much the paint is required. Basically, it is not required in this product, but just for the change of mindset. We want to do something extra corrosion resistance, so that product will also be available with the material. Any other point? I think this side is more convinced than this side. No, right is more. It is your left. That is my right. If you pointed a problem, ये लोग मेरे पीछे खड़े हैं, मैं लोगों के आगे खड़ा हूँ. But really, before we end of the session today, it's a lovely gathering, and this is we all are lucky. We are launching APL Apollo Navrang in the city of Ahmedabad. This is the first conference of this product. We are doing it here, and I pray to the Lord that Gujarat should be the first state to become a leader in the Navrang. Thank you very much for this nice evening. You spare time out of your valuable schedules, because somebody is coming from their offices, somebody coming from their businesses. Definitely, by joining hands with APL Apollo, all our experience of last 37 years will be available to you. We are within your reach. You can put up your questions by our email, on WhatsApp, and you will get your answer very quickly. आपने कुछ बोली, लाइट को एम्प्टी मत रहने दीजिए. आपका पलड़ा थोड़ा बड़ा भारी है. So I think let's we all join for a dinner. Thank you very much.
Apollo has come up with a very durable and nice product, which I believe can transform the face of the industry in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and elsewhere. I look forward to a very long association with Apollo now. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, thanks a lot to Team APL for their meaningful and very, knowledgeable heads up on this color-coated tubes, color-coated purlins. I think this would be I would not say the future, but then this is definitely going to address to the grappling problem that this industry is into. White rust, color coated rust, red rust. With this color coated purlins, it is not only going to give you it is not only going to impart enhanced aesthetic, it is also going to address to all your rust problems. I'm sure this project will find the success that it deserves. Thank you very much.